If you're new to watching my videos and you have no idea what pressure flaking is, check out my earlier videos. This is the Ishii stick copper nail pressure flaker, and all I'm going to be doing is pecking away on a smaller scale what I just did with the big bopper. And I'm just going to go along the center line, driving flakes in, and I use this little protective pad. You can use a piece of leather, and the way this works is you hold this in your hand, that's going to be the support. You hold the piece like this, and you got a little channel where you're going to drive the flakes down into it. And you just pick a spot and start pressure flaking. And what you end up with is a row of little tiny flake scars. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, the opposite side, and then that'll become a somewhat serrated, really sharp edge. Before I do that, I'm going to braid it again. You'll notice how straight my center line is. That's something you always want to keep in mind, as straight as possible. And so now, here's the pressure flake side. Here's the non-pressure flake side. So I'm going to go ahead and do a whole series of pressure flakings here and try to straighten it up where it sticks out a little bit. Always start from one end and work towards the other. Alright, now that's the new pressure flake side. So you see how sharp this is? Look at that. It's like a serrated steak knife. Some of these are really dangerously sharp, so be careful. So I'm just going to repeat this on the other side and bring this to a nice point, and then I'll do the notches. And I'll do this in fast motion on the video. All said and done, that probably took me about 30 minutes, and I've got just a generic spear blade. I'd say it's probably about 5 inches long, maybe 5 to 6 inches long. Got some shallow notches here, so it could be hafted onto a stick like that. And just to remind you, let me show you what we started with and what we ended up with. So with 3 basic tools, we started with a big, fat, irregular piece of dacite, and we reduced that into a trade blank. So of course you're going to lose a lot of material, but a lot of those little pieces can be used for arrowheads. Then we had our trade blank, which was thinned down significantly, but nice and wide. And then we went from the trade blank to a final spearhead. And again, you're losing width all the time. But you know what? These are rocks. These are rocks. There's a lot of them out there. And people have been doing this for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And what you end up with is a really beautiful spear point. Something you can be proud of.